Welcome to another episode of Gardening on Coffee, where our plants love our coffee just as much as we do. We're trying to turn our quaint backyard garden into a tropical paradise. We're trying to do that with some orange Heidi Club gingers and some exotic and rare varieties of Halcyonias. We'll show you what we've got, what we're looking to achieve, and then the progress we've made with our garden for this week. So we're gonna have some bicolor bahayas scattered throughout in here. We're also going to have our orange Heidi Klum gingers up front. Going to have some hanging rostradas and some marginatas towards the back in the middle, and then right and left we'll have another rare exotic variety of Halcyonia, about a 20-foot variety to complement our Shogun towards the front. Then of course in the middle we have our silver Bismarck, and around it we have our Lady Di Halcyonias as well, and our Philodendron Sellums just in front also. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the progress we were able to make in the back from last week. We'll show you what we've been able to accomplish. Here is our Caribbean red, and this is just going to turn into a beautiful red flower. Should be about 8 to 10 feet tall. Could be 12 feet if it gets a little taller than that. And then these are our orange Heidi Klum gingers. We replanted them a week ago, and since we replanted them, we've seen a lot of growth with this guy here. He's caught up to where those two are almost even now, and all 5 of those are doing really well after their transplant. And these are our orange Heidi Klum gingers here. It's these 5. And then our marginatas are still doing really well. They're probably this guy's probably a little bit about waist high now, and then this guy's working on his next leaf now. It looks like it's going to be large, so that's very exciting also. And then over here are our 2 standing lobster claws, and those are going to be the red ones that should be about 12 feet tall, and they'll have the black tips, and those are our vertical lobster claws, and those were the original lobster claws. And then these 4 right here are our lobster claws, our hanging lobster claws. Those are the rostradas, the 10-day flowers, and those will be pink with yellow surrounds. All of them are doing really well after being replanted also. This guy we had trimmed out his 3rd shoot, pinched it out the last week, and it's continued to regrow, so we're just going to leave him as he is and let him grow. He's a little bit slower than our other 3 just because he's got more growth, but like I said, we've pinched out 2 growths and it just keeps going, so even if it's at a slower pace, we're going to let him do his thing and just keep growing. So these are our 4 hanging lobster claws, and those are our lobster claw rostradas. And then up next we have our 4 marginatas we got from our cellar to replace the 2 that had died. And so as you can see, he's working on his first leaf here. He's already got his first leaf working on his second, which is very exciting. This guy's already working on his leaf, and this one's starting to open as well. So all 4 of these are doing really well. We've got 2 shoots on this guy, which is really exciting, and everything seems to be living this time from this cellar. So these are our 4 additional Halcyonia marginatas that we got to replace the 2 that died from that cellar. And then our bicolor Jaquini in the back is doing really well. It's still working on its 2 sets of shoots, and then that's also a Jaquini to the left of it right there that we're going to replant as well. So that's where we're at for the front. Let me go ahead and take you around to the garage and show you how that guy's doing over there. We actually saw his first new sprout today, which we're really excited about. So he's starting to fill out here, and the reason he's so crooked is because he was planted straight, but his root system hasn't quite developed enough to keep him straight as the wind blows from this direction, which is why it pushes him this way. So we're hoping as he grows and becomes more stable with his root system that he'll continue. The next shoots, I'm sure, will grow straight up towards the light, which is towards the right of where he's at. And then just today we saw he's just started this new shoot right here, which is really exciting. That'll be the beginning of his next shoot that should come up. So he is doing well, and he is thriving. And we'll be getting to you. We will transplant his partner from around front. We were supposed to do that this week, but unfortunately we had a slight problem with our Shogun. He started to develop the same problem as he did as one of our plants in the back, and that was the lobster claw. So we'll talk about that in a second. Let me go ahead and show you our Black Magics and our Prince of Darknesses. So our Black Magics are the two to the right, and he's doing really good. He's got 2 growth over here. We planted him over here because it's closer to his full light location. So this is our Black Magic, which is going to be a darker red, closer to a maroon color flower. Should be very gorgeous. Also 8 to 12 feet. Both of these are doing very well. He's working on its next set of full leaves. We're really happy with the progress of those Black Magics. And then our Prince of Darknesses are these two. Over here you'll start to see his next leaf that he's put out, and that's a new shoot. So that's just started to continue to grow. So we're excited. He's still showing growth, as well as this one, and that'll be the darker red with the curled tips. And all 4 of those will be in the same planter. So we did have a slight problem over by the ones we were keeping by the side of the house, which is our Xanthan villosa Shogun had started to develop the same type of worms. Almost looked like they were half the size of a grain of rice, about half the diameter, but they were eating him from the top down, even after we had treated him with insecticide. So we replanted him, gave him a bath and insecticide for about 45 minutes, and then replanted him in his final location, which was a bit of a struggle for us, because it was, okay, do you want to put him in the pot and keep him protected to where we can protect him from the weather when it does start to get cooler, and also be able to control his intake of caffeine and nutrients, or do we put him in the ground in his final location and hope for the best, which we're hoping he gets acclimated to his final position over at the side of the house. We're hoping for the best there. That way we don't have to remove his roots. Plus we've also never lost a plant that we've put in the ground. So we'll show you that in just a minute. So right here we've got our 4 tricolor rhizomes from Hawaii, and these are the 4 right here. And these guys are all doing really good after recovering from the insects that were eating from the leaves down. And these in the back are our Kid Pink live rhizomes that we had got from Puerto Rico. And so our Kid Pink lives are in the back, and those are the purple flowers with green edges and then white stems. And those are the Kid Pink live in the back, and then our tricolor from Hawaii. And again, that's just in different parts of the country, they'll call them different things. So this is our root beer from Hawaii. It's already worked out as first leaf. And then something that we're trying is we begin to shove just really dry sand in the ends of the roots to try to keep the insects and parasites from laying eggs and then destroying the rhizome any further. So in all of our rhizomes now, we've gone ahead and started to pack them with just really dry sand. So if any water does happen to get in there, it's not going to continue to, there will not be insects allowed to go down there and lay their eggs. So this is our Regalis Barnum and Bailey, and that's our orange flower with that'll go red towards the ends. Another hanging pendulant that'll be hairy. Should be really beautiful when it does bloom. We just got him a week ago, so we're really excited to see him grow. And that's our Regalis Barnum and Bailey. And these are our 4 granadas. Had all the same problems with the insects eating the leaves, but have started to recover very well. As you can see, we cut the dead growth from here. We've got a new leaf growing here as well. And then just today this shoot has started to come up. So all of our granadas are doing very well. And our granadas, again, will go towards the back of this planter, and our purple rhizomes will go towards the front. These are our sassy pink live rhizomes. This one's still doing quite well. This one, we'll check him in a few days and make sure that he's still a viable rhizome. As well as these are our other set of bicolor jaquinis, and that's our bicolor bahayas. Those are the 8 to 12 feet, and we're going to put those in the back as well. These actually came from different sellers. These came from Puerto Rico. Our other bicolor bahayas that we already have in the back came from some more local seller. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on those and see when they do flower if there are any differences. And this one is our bicolor bahayas, and they're doing really well. And these two are our St. Rose orthotrichas. They've just continued to progress, haven't showed any more signs. And again, we went ahead and packed his rhizome, his rotting rhizome, with sand, just to prevent any bugs from getting down there and doing any damage. This is our red Shikong. This is the one that was lost in the mail. It's continued to dry out. Hopefully we're getting growth underneath. Only time will tell, and we're definitely hoping for the best. This is our Palau, our macaw flower. He's gonna join his friend in the back by the garage. We were actually supposed to get him replanted, but with the little bit of emergency that came up with our Shogun, and having to replant him and treat him, that kind of took a back seat. So he's definitely getting replanted for next week. And these are Andromedas, and these are our small dwarfs that will be red as well. And both of them have started to grow, still showing progress. So we're happy to see that. Our miniature last path is doing very well. It's working on its third leaf. So we've just continued to see progress with these, and no real setbacks in the front, which is always exciting. Our vine, which is our golden pothos on the front, I'll go ahead and show you him. He's over here at this oak tree, has started to show some real good progress on the front side, and that's just due to the sun getting it more, which he's already starting to work on his next set of leaves and starting to climb that tree, which is definitely something that we're looking for. And then on this side, he's a little bit slower, and it's just because it's not getting the sun exposure. But these plants don't need lots of light, so we will grow. Just on this side, it's going to be at a much slower rate. And then we'll take you to where we've planted our Xanthophilosa Shogun, and that's going to be here at the side of the house. We've went ahead and planted him in his permanent location. Hopefully he'll get about 50% light, which is what they need. He was just planted yesterday. Of course, got another cup of coffee when he went in after his ordeal with the insects. So hopefully, we had to cut a lot off of him down at the base, which was unfortunate just because they do hold themselves up with the past leaves as they grow higher. So we are hopeful that he'll live, and we know the rhizome was a viable rhizome. We've gone ahead and packed his top with really hard dirt, so we shouldn't lose him that way. This is not really suggested at the beginning when you get rhizomes, just because they say your garden soil will hold too much water. But again, we're just worried from having to transplant him multiple times, and we want to give him a more permanent location, and we haven't lost anything yet from planting it. So that's why we went ahead and we took the chance and put him in his permanent location, and we're really excited to see him do well in the future. So that's where we were at for this week. We still haven't had any updates on the flowers that we're supposed to be getting for next year, and it's just the 2 that we're missing. And then hopefully we'll see some life out of our Shikong. And we'll just keep you updated on our Andromedas and the progress of the garden as we go. So we're really excited you were able to join us for this week. And make sure you subscribe, stay tuned. I'm sure we've got lots of exciting stuff. Hopefully our flowers will start to bloom soon. Um, can't wait to have you back. So until next time, may your coffee be strong and your cup stay full. Thanks.